Welcome back to the morning show on this Monday. It's a great day to learn about agriculture in Central Illinois. And what better way to do so than with our Ag in the Classroom segment. With me now, Sarah Kaper from the Champaign County Farm Bureau Foundation. We've had some fun last week with chocolate. We're back in the kitchen now. I guess we're doing a little cooking.
We're doing a little cooking, and this is perfect for the month of February. Not only is it the height of maple season, maple syrup season, but we also might have some snow outside here and there.
Every once in a while.
It's all up to you, Jacob.
Yeah, I know that. Right?
Yeah. So I have a little activity that I think you will find fun as a parent, and even as adults, it's a lot of fun. So if you've read the Laura Ingalls Wilder books, there was always a time in the book that they went to the sugar shack and they made sugar maple candy with snow. So this is something that I've always wanted to try and never have had the opportunity to. So I thought, let's try it. Okay. Because this is one of those times of the year where in certain parts of even our state down south, they're working on collecting maple syrup.
That's you usually think Canada.
You think Canada?
But it's right here in Illinois.
Actually, Vermont is #1 in maple production, and
wow.
I actually got to tour on a really cool site in the summer. It was
wow.
Yeah, it was really, really neat. So here's what you're going to need for this activity, and I follow the recipe from Laura Ingalls Wilder in her book. So you need some pure maple syrup, not maple flavoring and maple extract. You want pure maple syrup. And you measure about a cup, and I'm just going to have you measure this out so you can kind of see what we're doing here, so the audience can see. And when you do measure out a cup of maple syrup, that is actually going to make its way into our pan, where I've got some started already. Okay. Now, I have a pan for one portion, which is the 8 ounces of maple syrup. So, and that's already in the pan with high sides, heavy bottom. It works so much better that way because when you get this stuff boiling, it tends to want to bubble over. So if we can get a look down at that, that is already bubbling. Candy thermometer, that's another thing that's very important because candy thermometer. And I don't know if you've ever used one or you remember your grandma using one. My grandma used to make a lot of Cracker Jack and candy. And she would always say, let's make sure it gets to hardball stage or softball stage.
I'm sure some people know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, well, it's marked on the thermometer for all of us who isn't. There's softball stage at about 230 degrees to 240. So you watch that thermometer, and I'll bet we're pretty close because we've had it boiling.
Just above the softball. Then.
Just above the soft. So we're going to turn it off. And I like to let it sit for a little bit because these liquids can be dangerous. And then you need a heat-proof cup or measuring cup that makes it easy with a pouring spout. And you can pour that hot liquid into this. And I like to let it sit because I learned something, that if it's super hot and you're pouring it over snow,
it melts.
It just melts it.
Right.
And it still firms up, but it ends up melting to the bottom of your pan. So we're going to let that one sit, and I've got one here all ready to go. This one has been sitting for a little bit. It's still very hot to the touch. And guess what, Jacob? I saved some of your snow from
just
last
in case,
week.
yes.
Yep. You never know if you're going to have it, so I saved some, put it in the freezer, and you really just take this hot liquid and you pour it on the snow. And as it hits the snow, it will, and you can make little designs if you want to, but it will start to harden up and make a real thick, sticky candy. And I found when I was playing with it a little bit that if I rolled it around in the snow, it would start to form like a little Tootsie Roll shape like this. And the longer you leave it on there, the better, because it starts to really harden up, and then you can grab it with your fingers and eat it. Okay? Wow. So that is the process. You can do this at home with your kids. Remember, pure maple syrup, some snow, and if you don't have snow, shaved ice will work as well.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yep, and I really want you to be able to try this. I don't want you to burn your mouth, though, so we'll let this set up on here a little bit longer.
You know, I think this is going to be another recipe that I'm going to have to share. I usually share snow cream when the conditions are right.
Oh, snow cream is awesome.
Right?
Yes, but I don't know if you can get now, if you trust this little spoon like this, you could, whoop.
I feel like this is how I make a mess.
Yep.
Oh, it's cold.
Wow, it's nice and cold. See if you like it. What do you think?
That's good.
It's good. Really sweet.
It is sweet.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
because what you've done is you've allowed more liquid to evaporate.
Okay. Wow, that's super cool. Okay, this is a great lesson for the kids. They're going to love it. You're going to love it too. If you want to learn more about this, be sure and head on over to our website, wci.com. You'll get the recipe, more on the book we've got for maple syrup, and much, much more. wci.com/ag in the classroom.